Welcome back to UTV Gamers. How's it going? My name's Jack.
And I'm another Pro League gamer, Devyn.
Devyn. Yeah. What do you do? What's your pro?
My pro gaming?
Yeah. What game?
Man, I am a hardcore into the Legend of Zelda.
Legend of Zelda, a single player game. That's fun. So right around the corner, we got spring break coming up, folks. So we're not going to be having a video for next week, but we do have some plans in our personal lives. Absolutely. If you don't mind sharing.
Yeah. First plans I got going is after we raid the mall for Thunder Gear, we're going to the Dwayne Wade taking on OKC Monday.
Oof.
So his basically his retirement tour. So we're hoping to catch that.
Rest in peace, Dwayne Wade. It's really sad that he's going to pass away soon. For me, I'm going to go to Los Angeles for a couple days. The LFA, West Coast.
Really?
We out here, yeah.
Why are you going to LA?
To get lit.
Just to go to, yeah.
All right, folks, don't tell my parents. See you in a little bit. Welcome back to TUTV News, where the coffee mugs are always empty because we're a student group and can't afford to fill them. My name is Alexander Denard.
And I'm William Bennett. We're on hiatus for next week for spring break, but until then, here's the latest news.
Texas teachers may be receiving a huge bonus in their paycheck next year. The Lone Star State Senate Committee on Finance unanimously approved a bill that will give every full-time teacher a $5,000 raise regardless of their prior salary. The Senate Bill 3 would benefit about 350,000 teachers, which amounts to $1.7 billion increase in spending per year. The bill must now pass the full Senate and then in the House. However, Senate Bill 3 is expected to pass in the Senate as 23 of the 31 senators support it. The movement comes in the wake of countrywide protests for better educator wages and may pose a threat to Oklahoma's school systems, as many teachers have moved to other states such as Texas after failed protests and strikes.
Democrats unveiled a new bill that seeks to restore net neutrality rules that were repealed 2 years ago. Dubbed the Save the Internet Act, the two-page legislation will reinstate measures that prevent internet service providers from throttling public browsing speed and increasing costs. The bill will need support from both parties, but Democratic Senator Chuck Schumer expects the bill to pass in both the Senate and the House. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi supported his claim during the press conference announcing the bill on Wednesday, saying, quote, 86% of Americans oppose the Trump assault on net neutrality, including 82% of Republicans, end quote. The bill is expected to come to the House floor in a few weeks.
Just in time for International Women's Day, on Friday, France confirmed the use of feminine job titles. While many French-speaking countries have used gender-based titles for decades, the Académie Française has now approved it as well, citing that it has no obstacle in principle to the natural evolution of the language. The official guardians of the language now recognize variations of titles such as professeur for a woman instead of the masculine professeur for a man. However, the Academy will not draw up an exhaustive list of names, but will instead allow the general population to decide how best to manipulate each job title. For most occupations, the feminine definite article la or an extra e suffix will simply be added to denote more femininity.
After a self-audit of pay equality for women, Google has found that they are actually underpaying men and subsequently boosted pay for many. However, critics believe the results of the pay study give a false impression, as leveling was not addressed in the study. The term describes the process of assigning appropriate pay grade according to qualifications, and many believe that women are discriminated against during this process. Former Google engineer Kelly Ellis is one of the many women currently involved in a gender pay lawsuit against the company for hiring them at a lower pay level than similar male counterparts. The company has done the study annually since 2012, and Google's lead pay equity analyst Lauren Barbato announced a comprehensive investigation of this process to start later this year.
A London man became the second person in history to be cured of HIV this week. The patient received a bone marrow transplant to treat an advanced form of blood cancer. Doctors chose donor bone marrow that had a mutation in the CCR5 receptor. After the transplant, the man ceased taking his treatment medications for HIV, which has remained undetectable for 18 months later. This has provided renewed hope that the virus may soon have a cure, as 37 million people worldwide currently live with HIV. However, because current treatments for managing symptoms are highly effective and stem cell transplants are extremely dangerous, more research is needed to create a safe solution for completely eradicating this virus. Scientists are now examining how to use CCR5, as it is now confirmed to be a viable target for HIV treatment.
An elementary school teacher in Willis, Texas went the extra mile for one of her students. Shannon Grimm decided to cut her hair in the same style as one of her students, who was being teased by her classmates for her cropped hairstyle. 5-year-old Priscilla Perez was astounded and amazed when she came back to school after winter break to see her teacher with the same haircut, and Grimm used it as a teachable moment for the class. The kindergarten teacher instantly became Perez's hero, and Grimm noticed that her confidence immediately shot up. While it is only her second year at the school, Grimm hopes she can set an example for inclusivity at the school, saying, quote, "In life, you're always going to have somebody who's not nice to you, but it's all about what you do and how you react," end quote. So that net neutrality is going to make a comeback, apparently.
Dude, I'm all about it, man. Like, I'm trying to go wherever I want online, and I don't want to pay extra to do it. Like,
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
That's really fair. Although I don't know that any company has really taken advantage of it, but I haven't looked at any of the details. But I don't know that anything's been slower so far.
I mean, yeah, and that's our time. That's all our scheduled time. This has been TUTV News. I'm Alexander Denard.
And I'm William Bennett. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
It's me, Devyn. I'm here with Hunter Splain. He's part of a new and developing group called Gen 1TU. How you doing today, Hunter?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Pretty good. Awesome. So tell me a little bit about Gen 1TU and what it's all about, just to kick us off.
Right. So Gen 1TU is a newly formed organization at the university. It's just getting off the ground. And basically its prime mission and major focus is promoting and supporting first-generation students at the university.
That's awesome. So its main target is first-generation students. Tell me about like a little bit of the benefits and the help they provide in this group.
Right. So basically what we found was a group on campus not represented. And so we basically filled that void with a club. And it provides them with a community of other people who are going through the same experiences, dealing with the same issues. And it's connecting students with faculty and staff to help work through those issues.
That's awesome. As a first-generation student, that sounds something that could be really helpful for me as well.
Yeah.
So talk to me a little bit about how you got involved with this group personally.
Right. So I got involved through a classmate I had last semester, and through our professor at the time, Dr. Cantois, we were able to organize and get other members and get the club established.
Absolutely. That's awesome. So tell me a little about the process, because I'm still a freshman. I haven't had to create any clubs or anything like that. Tell me about a little bit the process, what it takes and everything.
Well, there's some steps you have to go through. So we're not officially recognized by the university or by the Senate, but and that's a problem.
That's a good one.
And but you have to have at least 10 members, and you have to hand out positions, titles. So we have officers, and then so our next step is to get chartered by SA so that we can receive funding and be officially recognized.
Awesome. So, like, do you know how much funding might be needed for this, or just how much you're hoping for? What are we talking about here?
So it just depends on the events that we're trying to complete. I'm not aware of any as of now. Like I said, we've only had 2 meetings, but it's just getting getting started.
New.
It's very new. That's right.
That's awesome. Is there like a set goal, like next fall, next spring? Any plans for that yet?
Yeah, we have guest speakers lined up. We want to do events. We want people to come out, and I want to make something clear. It's not exclusive just for first-generation college students.
Absolutely.
If your parents have been, your grandparents, that's fine. we want as many perspectives and opinions as we can get.
So the main goal is kind of providing more of an inclusive environment to TU.
Right. Yeah.
So
yeah.
go into a little about that, about like the making it more inclusive and connecting Gen 1 students.
Right. Well, we just want to, I think one of the goals is to enlighten some of the other students how difficult it is to not have any family members ever attend university, just stuff they would naturally overlook is an issue or a problem for somebody that can't reach out and say, hey mom, how do I do this? Because they don't know.
Especially jumping right into a Division I university, an elite school like TU, it's pretty like a baptism by fire. Would you agree?
I would definitely agree, yes.
Awesome. So basically, just kind of go into just what exact events you're kind of planning and the speakers, like just give me a little bit more on that there. You briefly touched on it. Like,
right. Well, to be honest, I don't entirely know.
That's all right. It's a
So
surprise, right?
I'm not an officer in the club, but I'm in Senate, so I'm trying to help guide it and direct it and see where it needs to go. I know they're going to do a lot of great things, and so definitely by fall semester, you're going to see a presence on campus.
That's super exciting. Well, I can't wait to see you guys at the activities fair, right?
Yeah, of course,
So, hey,
we'll have a booth.
That's a major thing. I'm really excited about it, especially, like I said, a first-generation student. Are you a first-generation
I
as
am.
well?
I am.
That's awesome, and that it's great that it's open to much more of the crowd as well. So basically, so moving forward, you guys are kind of lifting off on the way.
Right.
You see this group potentially lasting much longer and much more growth building onto it?
Yes, of course. And I'm glad that I get to be a part of the process of laying the foundation and setting it up so that other potential students that are coming to the university don't face those struggles and challenges.
That's certainly exciting. Go into like a little bit, like what was one kind of major struggle you had as a first-generation student that you feel this group can help?
It's simple as composing an email.
Really?
They don't go over that in high school. I certainly didn't know how do you address a professor. I learned that very quick.
Really?
On what a doctor is, what a professor is, how you address him.
Absolutely.
And I've never had, how does funding work with loans and that? I never had anybody to reach out. So this group is looking to provide those answers.
Absolutely. Well, hey, if you're a first-generation student, or hey, if you're just interested in being involved with the group, definitely reach out to Hunter, or who's another person?
Megan Hennessy.
Megan Henningsen. Definitely look forward to that. Next year's activities fair, definitely look out for Gen 1 TU, guys. Well, I'm Devin. This has been Hunter. Thank you for being on the show, man.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Awesome. See you guys later.
Hey everybody, welcome back to TUTV Sports. I'm Sam.
And I'm Dusty. College basketball is winding down, the NBA is heating up, and tennis and softball are getting into the swing of things. Let's see what's going on.
Following back-to-back home wins, the Hurricane traveled to Memphis to face the Tigers in basketball on Saturday. The teams exchanged runs throughout the early stages of the game. Tulsa trailed by 4 at halftime, but would take the lead again late in the second half. The necessary shots didn't fall in the end for the Hurricane as Memphis held out for a 66-63 win. Lawson Carita contributed 12 points and 7 rebounds, while Martins Igbanu recorded 9 points and 10 boards. The men wrap up their regular season at 18-13 with an impressive 14-3 record at home. Tulsa will face 10th seeded SMU on Thursday in the first round of the AAC Conference Tournament. Beat the Mustangs and rain came.
Coming off back-to-back losses to end the regular season, the Golden Hurricanes women's basketball team refocused on the conference championship this past weekend. Up first was Wichita State, an opponent that crushed the Golden Hurricane earlier in the week. Tulsa was much more efficient in this matchup and held the lead throughout. The 61-50 win advanced the Hurricane to face UCF on Saturday. The Knights stormed out to a 32-21 halftime score that proved untouchable. Alexis Galden put up 18 points and played the entire game, but Tulsa would fall 66-54. The loss ends their season with a 13-18 record.
The Thunder have had a week of ups and downs. Following a loss at Minnesota on Tuesday, OKC traveled to Portland to take on the Trailblazers. Russell Westbrook had a light 37 points and Paul George had 32 in his return to action. The Thunder claimed an 8-point victory over Damian Lillard and the team. The following day, OKC couldn't keep up the momentum, dropping the second game of their West Coast road trip to the Clippers. To close out the weekend, the Thunder faced the Jazz on Sunday. Despite Westbrook getting into an altercation with a fan in the crowd, a huge win in Utah would cause OKC to sweep the Jazz in the regular season. This is a huge improvement from that bitter playoff matchup a year ago. OKC looks to build momentum over the next couple of weeks leading into the playoffs.
The Golden Hurricane women's tennis team had a close match against Oklahoma this weekend. Both schools boast teams in the top 50 nationally, with the Sooners a few spots above the Hurricane. Tulsa claimed the doubles match but lost too many singles, resulting in a 4-3 defeat. The loss was short-lived as the Golden Hurricane would claim a sweep of Bradley at home on Sunday. The ladies have a week off, then host South Florida next Wednesday, while the men host Oklahoma State and Drake at home this weekend. Go out and support your Hurricane this Saturday at 10 a.m.
The Tulsa women's softball team had 3 games this past weekend. The Hurricanes started off on Friday with a roaring 8-0 win over Grand Canyon in the OU tournament. The next morning produced an unusual flat performance, a 9-1 defeat to Northwestern. With the tournament behind them, the ladies returned home to face Drake at Collins Softball Complex. Tulsa opened a 2-0 lead in the 4th inning, only for the score to be leveled in the 5th. With 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th, Julia Hollingsworth drove home Jessie Smith to walk off with a 3-2 victory for the Golden Hurricane. The ladies returned to the Diamond on Wednesday against Arkansas, then traveled to Lawrence, Kansas on Friday to take on the Jayhawks. Catch them at home this Saturday at 11 a.m. against Nebraska. Well, Dusty, we got spring break next week.
Yes.
Are you excited about that? You got
I am.
plans?
I don't have any plans. Probably just stay home with my cat and my dog and,
Yeah.
my family.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Probably won't watch sports? Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I feel that. It'll be nice to have a break just from school. And
Oh, yeah,
everything,
absolutely,
so, for
especially
sure.
like after midterms and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like we are out of time for today. I'm Dusty.
And I'm Sam. Thanks for watching, guys.
Hello again, I'm Sierra Thorne, and I'll lead you for the events this week. March 15th, Buick Colbert Franklin Memorial Civil Rights Lecture is taking place at 6 to 7 p.m. in the Law College. And March 18th, we have all been waiting for spring break. You've worked hard this semester, now take some time off and play a little harder. Classes resume March 25th. Come back refreshed, and I'll be here to keep you updated with the events on campus. Until then, I'm Sierra Thorne, and this is your campus calendar.
Hello and welcome to UTV Entertainment. I'm Christina.
And I'm Brett, and you didn't hear it from me, but producer Sam just might be a scroll. Let's get going.
The 66th Culture District for Miami, Oklahoma is pairing up with the Miami Arts and Humanities Council to host their inaugural Mural Fest 66. The festival will include artist galleries, live music, food trucks, and a dedicated children's area. 2 days before the activities begin, the festival will debut 5 brand new murals, and all artists will be selling their works and other merchandise. Mural Fest 66 will be held on April 29th, and if you are interested in attending, be sure to visit the festival's Facebook page for more details.
Tyler Perry's new movie, A Medea Family Funeral, came out last Friday, and his beloved character Mabel Medea Simmons has not died, yet will be leaving the franchise. After 10 successful movies and the newest 11th movie, Perry decided to retire his beloved character. The actor stated, quote, "I'll be 50 this year, and I'm just at a place in my life where this next 50, I want to do things differently," end quote. Perry first debuted as Medea in a stage performance in 1999 of I Can Do Bad All By Myself, and has continued playing Medea on the scene for the past 20 years.
The Simpsons are pulling their Michael Jackson episode due to controversial issues addressed in the documentary Leaving Neverland. The HBO documentary revealed that Michael Jackson had 2 long-term relationships with underage boys and their families when they were 7 and 10 years old. Now in their 30s, they have come forward with stories of how they were sexually assaulted. The Simpsons is removing the 1991 episode titled Stark Raving Dad, which featured Jackson's voice as a character named Leon Kompowski, a patient Homer Simpson meets in a mental institution who claims to be the singer. This episode has been a longtime favorite for fans, but executive producer James L. Brooks told the publication that in light of the disturbing claims made in the HBO documentary, pulling the episode, quote, "I'm against book burning of any kind, but this is our book and we're allowed to take out a chapter," end quote.
Speaking of Skrull, Captain Marvel opened Friday and the box office recorded over $61 million just from opening night. The box office is predicted to double from Friday, making Captain Marvel the 7th best Marvel Universe domestic theater opening, following the 3 Avengers, Black Panther, Iron Man 3, and Captain America Civil War. Internationally, the movie has already taken $127 million. Additionally, the movie made $34.3 million alone in China, making Captain Marvel the 2nd highest opening for the Marvel Cinematic Universe in China.
ABC show Grey's Anatomy just made history. Having over 332 episodes, they have now beat the show ER for being the longest-running medical drama on television. The episode creating this title is called We Didn't Start the Fire and is focused on the character of Jackson, played by Jesse Williams, throwing a party to celebrate his mother's successful surgery. The episode was directed by Chandra Wilson, who plays Dr. Miranda Bailey. Grey's Anatomy is on their 15th season and has said they will keep going until Ellen Pompeo, who plays Meredith Grey, decides to leave.
The CW show Riverdale has announced that all future episodes will be dedicated to the late actor Luke Perry. Luke Perry died at the age of 52 on March 4th due to a stroke, leaving many hearts broken. Perry became a huge star on the shows Beverly Hills and 90210, where he played the main character Dylan McKay, and starred on Riverdale as Archie Andrews' father, Fred, a single father who is dedicated to Archie's safety. At the time of the tragedy, the show stopped filming in the middle of production to honor his death. You know, I'm sorry, I'm kind of all over the place today. I got the news about Sam maybe being a Skrull, and I just can't process it. I'm scared.
Really?
I mean, he's been stealing my lines. What if he steals me?
I mean, that's something to worry about, for sure.
Well, it's a good thing we got to wrap up because I don't think I can talk about this any longer.
Okay,
I'm Brett.
That's good. I'm Christina.
See you next week. 2 weeks.
I mean, if I were a Skrull, I wouldn't take Brett personally. No offense, but I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I just want to be mean to someone today. That's my only thing.
Man, I thought I'd be in the hot seat, but no.
No, you're good. So I actually did some research, and it's one of the top Chinese grossing films. Were actually this one called Wolf Warrior.
Wolf Warrior.
I have no idea what it's about, but I'm assuming it's exactly like Wolverine.
It's a Chinese film?
Yeah.
Was it made before Wolverine?
It came out in 2017, so I don't think it...
So they just ripped off Marvel.
I have
There's
no
a
idea.
Chinese Marvel out there. Or is that DC?
That's Marvel.
Is it Marvel?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't care.
Fake fan. Fake fan. No, but I don't know what it's about, but it looked pretty epic. So, and I also saw that like Fate of the Furious was up there, in the top like 5 or something like that.
That's neat. That's
China.
awesome.
If you could like give all like the money of buying tickets from China to like one movie, like one that you like personally, what do you think you'd choose?
Like give all the money in China to a movie.
Well, not all the money of China, but like, all the money that went to the top grossing movie in China to another movie, like that deserves a credit.
I don't know. I'm not too aware on like what movie's grossing or not. I'm not big on that.
What's a movie that you'd like that you want to make a lot of money?
A movie that's already been made?
Yeah. You're laughing at me in the studio. I don't know what I mean.
I think it's me, just because I'm confusing myself.
Okay, I'll answer for you. It'd definitely be Creep or Creep 2.
Creep 2.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard of them. I think you told me about them.
I did tell you about them.
You did tell me
I
about
tell
them.
everyone about them because it's my favorite thing.
Man, I'm fumbling over myself more than ever before right now.
It's okay, man. It's okay, dude. Listen to me. It's okay.
Okay.
Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good spring break, and we'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Sorry, Brett. I love you.